Bitcoin is doing exactly what we were looking at, right? It's pulling back into the key levels of zone. There are some key levels to look at. What I am thinking and what I think is going to be going on. Hello, Kaka. His name Kaka? I say Kaka, right? It's going to be coming to the key zones that we're going to be looking at. I have an understanding of what could be going on. It seems like the market is front running all this stuff very, very quickly. I thought that September would be the low point, but it looks like the market has run ahead of things with a bit of an overheated move before the end of the month. Now, we've marked the key areas. We talked about it yesterday. We'll talk about it more today, and what I think is going to play out. All right, I'm going to give you guys a bit of a aspect of where I think it's going to play out, what's going to happen, where things are going to move, what I think is the best way forward, and most importantly, and this is something that I would want everyone to understand, is that we're going to be involved in Gigi Oni's space in about half an hour-ish, right? So if you guys are looking to capitalize on that, make sure you guys check out Fatcat. The Fatcat project is going to be on there. This is Fatcat. If you guys don't know who it is or what's going on, anyone who doesn't know about it, but they're going to be on that project, and we're going to be talking about the future, what things are going on and what's happening. And if things go well, it might be someone that is coming on board. Also, right? Also, I don't know if I'm allowed to show this to you. So you guys understand, because people just don't, there are moments where people are just like, nah, I need to see it. All right, and I wonder if I can just show you the conversation. I don't think I can show you the conversation, but I can show you who we're talking to. Let me just show you this 1 second. Where is this now? Let me show this to you so you guys can understand. It's gonna be it's a bit of an interesting one, right? Where is this now? Where is this? I want to show you something so you guys can have a bit of a ooh, that's interesting type of movement. 1 second. In the meantime, like, press the like or something, bruv. You know what I mean? I'm starving here. I'm starving. What can I do that? I need to show. Okay, I can't show who's in the chat, but I'll just take a screenshot of this, right, so you can understand. So you guys can understand who we're talking to. There we go. All right, I think it should be cool. All right, I'm gonna do this. So here you go. Here you go. I want to see if you guys are gonna be entertained, right? There you go. We're talking to this dude for a long term. We're looking like this guy might be the face of the project, but we'll see. Him and his team. We'll see what happens. He's on a temporary basis, but we want him to be on more of a long-term basis, so we'll go from there. All right, look, now let's look at the graphs. Who else is being like everyone is, look, things are going down, right? We thought that the correction September, maybe it's September instead of October. No, I thought it was going to be September. I thought the correction was going to be September, but it started early, right? Because look, I showed you. I mean, like, if you look at everything of mine is recorded, right? So if everyone starts getting a bit antsy with me, right? Everything's recorded. So I showed you this. Remember, I showed you this way before everything happened, and I said that usually, and we even put these lines on there. Look, I mean, we even put these lines onto the chart that usually around. Like this, I said October is usually where things are gonna go a bit crazy. I showed this thing to everyone in this manner, and October here looks like it could be the real move. And what I think is going to be happening, where I think the move is going to be going forward, and I'll be quite quick because we have to be on the space. It's going to last about an hour anyway, so I'll go through this very, very quickly for everyone, right? So everyone can really understand what's going on. What we have on the daily is honestly, we have a bearish engulfing candle here, right? This means that there's going to be continuation down for the time being. But I still think between the 111 to 110. I would say 110 more likely. Around the 110 more likely. 110 500 is more likely, is where we will get some form of a relief bounce. Now, what I think could happen, this is what I think could happen, something on this level, right, where this comes down further to around the 110 level, and then it bounces. Now, where this ends up will dictate where September is going to be. I want everyone to really understand this fact, right? I mean, we'll see. Let's see if there's a bounce. We'll go bit by bit. But if there is a bounce around the 110 level, bounces here, goes up here. If this does closes a candle below this, then most probably we will go down towards the 100,000 level, around that level. That's what I would say if something like that happens, right? If something on this level, if that happens, something like that, then I expect something around these levels here to be playing. Let's see what goes on. Let's see what's happening. Look, this could also shoot off and go crazy, but I'm assuming something on this level might be the case. And the reason why I say that, all right, V-shaped recovery and new all-time high could be. Look, it all depends on where this closes. If this closes above, say around the 125, above 125, we're going all like, we're going super high, and then the I would say the market is going to be over very quickly, right? I don't see us really reaching the 135 levels. I don't, unfortunately. I think we will end relatively short. Probably maybe 128, maybe 130, maybe we'll get, and that'll be the end. But what I will say, right? What I will say, and the reason why I'm saying this, and I'm going to be quite quick with this, right? God, come on, stop. What I will say is we need to understand this, right? I'm going to bring this up so everyone can really understand what I'm looking at. It's strange that I marked the exact moment. Yeah, whatever, right? What could happen? And if I get this correct, damn, right? We need this downtrend to be broken, right? For us to really get to those crazy levels, we need this downtrend to be broken on the RSI. And more importantly, I think it's going to get broken. I think this level here is going to get broken at some point. So either way, it is going to be over soon then. Well, end of year. I think end of year will be a key point for this market to somewhat go into what could be considered a bear market, I would say, right? Now, this trend line that we're seeing right now needs to be broken. And I'll tell you, from here to here, and it's not even going to be that. I think it's going to be far more. If, worst case scenario, right? Worst case scenario, we get to the 50 level. 50 is really, really important, right? 50 is a super duper important level on the RSI. It's usually where the biggest moves happen. You see some of the, when it taps it, you get massive moves in underlying asset, right? What I'm expecting, one way or another, for this RSI to reset, maybe dip down below and regain and sit around here, right? If that happens, that could possibly be your last chance to buy in. This could possibly be your last chance to buy in, because I will say this to you, right? If RSI resets here, with Bitcoin sitting around the say 100, worst case scenario, say 100,000, say it's sitting here, right? And RSI is at that level. It finding this as support, coming and breaking this trend line and getting up towards the 80s would most probably be a doubling of Bitcoin's price. That's what would happen if that happens. If it goes here, it will probably reach around $200,000 per Bitcoin. If we get something like that. Another scenario, we could just come tap this and then shoot up. Okay. Okay. On another scenario, right? This could come down, tap this area, right? Or probably tap this area and then shoot up and then possibly end around the 135. Break this trend line, hit the 135, and then it's over. All right. Then we will most probably turn into what could be described as some form of pullback in this. Now you need to understand this pulling back means that all of these start running hard, right? If we start getting the real movements in September, then I would say by December alts will be at absolutely astronomical levels. The turning over of this into alts will be absolutely crazy. That's what I'm expecting to happen. Let's see where it finds support. It is full blown. The bulls need to step up, right? The bulls need to step up. Why is this not working? Okay, I don't know why it's not working. Now, a few other things that I want to explain to you guys. All right, so you guys understand. This is not a understanding of being bearish or anything like that. We are still wholeheartedly in a bullish trend, in a bull market, in a bull a run, right? I want everyone to really understand that. So if you have this thought of, oh, you know what, then I think I'm just going to short everything. Understand, right? Shorting in the bear market is a dangerous thing. And I'm going to say one more thing, actually two more things before I think we need to get onto the line. And I want you to keep this in your mind, right? And I want to keep this in your mind. Let me show you one more thing, right? I'm going to show you one more thing. Where is that one more thing that I wanted to show you? Yeah, okay, here. We have some real serious news coming in, right? Real serious. Tomorrow is going to be a big one. Tomorrow is a big one, right? Because we're going to be seeing the FOMC minutes. We will see what they actually said in the previous meeting. We will see how close to a rate cut it is. Is it like only one or two people stopping this from happening? Is the majority interested? Is it 50-50? This will be a key information point. On top of that, we have so much information. It's crazy. We have Jackson Hole coming in, right? Buckle your holes for Jackson Hole, right? That's the situation where we are. Buckle your holes for Jackson Hole, right? That's a huge situation to come through. Powell speaking is not going to be nothing. It's just going to be boring going on. But that's going to be also manufacturing PMI is coming out. A lot of data is coming out. It's a high impact meeting that's going to be going on throughout this week. Super news, loads of news, and that is what's important. You need to understand all of these factors to see any one of these can be areas of support for Bitcoin, right? Can show areas of support for Bitcoin. Let's see what goes on from here, and then we will see what happens from that moment. I will say this though. Bad information or bad data and Bitcoin sneezing will cause alts to go absolutely. It will not be good for alts. Let's just say that, right? Let alone if we get S&P 500 doing something silly, right? But S&P 500 is looking like it's coming to support here. Let's see what happens here. Most probably it will bounce off, as I said, the 6373 around that area there, right? Now, how much time we have? I'll give it more time, right? We're looking at USDT dominance, and USDT dominance is now breaking out again. Super important levels, right? The 4.51 is super important, and most importantly, the 4.61. Those two areas there, it has to reject from around those points. If it rejects from there, we're in a good position for things to move forward, right? What is the Jackson Hole symposium? It's when all the central banks and the bank leaders come and talk to Powell, and it's basically they decide where the direction of the whole world is going to be going. It's super duper important, right? Now, if we look at Bitcoin dominance is still holding in a very bearish, I can't even speak at the moment. My brain is dead. In a bearish posture, right? So that's good for alts. Why are we buying? I see opportunities. Yeah, there's a lot of opportunities around, right? Um, I think the opportunity is going to come if Bitcoin goes down to those levels and RSI really resets at this level here around the 50% level, around that level. It will be huge. Watch this level like a hawk. Watch this level like a hawk. It's super duper important to understand that you need to watch this level like a hawk. It's rare to see alts crashing at a lower rate than Bitcoin. Not necessarily. It's just people are afraid and taking profits, right? This doesn't mean anything at this present moment. We're still in a bullish structure in all forms of understanding in Bitcoin, right? This coming down to here, watch this 50%. That's going to be important. Now, I want to leave you with one more thing before we go into if you go to one of these, you'll see, right? I want to leave you with something else. You need to understand this as well, right? And this is something super duper important. Without skepticism or without thoughts of, how can I say? If people believe that it's the end, but some people believe in a bullish structure, then it isn't the end. I want everyone to understand that, right? These type of movements that happen and where we would say is the end is only the end when there is consensus in the movement of an asset. This was taught to me by a far more intelligent person than I am. If everyone thinks that the whole market is going to the top, if everyone thinks $1 million Bitcoin, if this is all orange, that is an indication of people's thoughts and what people are understanding. If everyone thinks, all right, we are holding this long term, this is going to the end, we're going to be absolutely rocking up to Valhalla levels, that's usually when you think, yeah, okay, this might be a top. Alts feel like it's been the end. Most alts haven't come close to reacting to December highs. Yeah, that sounds like you're listening to someone's what someone is saying. That's the situation right? If weekly RSI hits 50, then what levels are we going to be seeing for Bitcoin? A very deep pullback. I am thinking around the 110 is a first initial look. What I see is this. This is what I told you. I showed you guys, right? I think I would be surprised if, say, it goes down to the bottom. It's 110, right? And then it reacts. Where I see a reaction at one point. Where this stops, where this turns over, right, is going to be extremely important. Extremely important. If it's a lower high from this, then we're most probably going to have September lows and it'll probably hit around the 100,000 level. That's it. You need to watch for these things. Was all this triggered by PPR or just a good case of the build for market makers to sweep all the longs? It's a combination of two, right? Market makers definitely capitalized on this. Absolutely wallets are heavy, right? They definitely capitalize on this factor. But I will say also this, right? PPI was terrible. It was terrible. But that doesn't mean that it's a prolonged movement of inflation. This is the situation that I'm talking about. Yes, Eli, it's because Trump and his tariffs are stupid. They're inflationary. This is what was going on. Leaving my money in, but I have given up help on all the market sense. I feel it's not meant for me. Look, if you're short-term trading, it can make you go crazy. Believe me, it can. I just go. I'll tell you, this is so you can understand that everyone goes through this, right? I'm in a long position. I'm in a long position that's still doing well, right? And I'm expecting I was gonna hold it all the way over in till October and probably towards the end of the year, and I'm sure that I would gain more of my money back. And I just got a message from the exchange going, "Oh, by the way, we're delisting, we're delisting this thing in 2 days." I was like, "What?" I was like, "What did you just say?" Yeah, we're delisting this in 2 days. So yeah, you need to close this. And I was like, this feels like you're doing this on purpose right now. I'm feeling like sketch vibes. There's a bit of a sketch vibes going on, so I need to now somehow close that out. And I'm telling you, I promise you that in October that thing's gonna give bloody 5x. Anyway, let's not go there. So you're saying that 125 is the highest we could go for Bitcoin? No, definitely not. No. If we get this scenario, right? If we get, where are we right now, time-wise? Okay. If we get this scenario, it comes down to here, then the bounce will probably send this through here. It will probably reach above the 135. Easily. Easily, right? So we all go through these stupid scenarios, right? So don't feel like it's just you, right? I know what's gonna happen. It's just typical crypto crap. It's just typical. So I'm gonna be closing this thing where literally I'm gonna be I was up $5,000 and now I'm up like 500. So I've literally closed this thing. Anyway, whatever. Okay, he said 200k is possible. It is possible. If this scenario happens where this goes down, taps this, right? If this goes down, taps that, right? It could do something like that and then come down and test this lower level here. If it goes to here and then reacts and breaks through this trend line, from here to here could honestly could potentially hit the double value of what Bitcoin can be. So if it's around 100,000, you could go up to 200,000. No joke. Being serious. Any scenario in which we could see a bounce earlier besides? Yeah, of course. Look. Yeah, so what could also happen is this can go down and then break this 125, right? And hold there. If it can hold at 125, then most probably we'll hit 135 and then it's over. Then it's like the pullback. Then we'll probably get 2 to 3 weeks of what we would describe as maybe a month of like alt season where things will go parabolic for alts. And then it will just slowly start creating lower lows and start going down from there until it gets a certain level of balance. All where we are right now is very sketchy period. A lot of volatility, a lot of movement, a lot of high impact news, a lot of things that are let's see what's going on type of situation. And at any moment, I'll tell you this, if tomorrow's minutes come out and it's like 99% or out of the 20 members, 18 want a rate cut, the markets will rally like crazy. I promise you that. Right? That's the thing I will say. Now, where is this? Is this guy doing a... Where are you, bruv? Are you doing a... When is the live? I wonder if he's actually... let me message him. So we can be prepared for that and then have a conversation on that side. Let me message this guy. What's the time? I've got so many screens and things going on. So on SBX 6900, yeah, it's a pretty good SBX 6900. I think there's more upside to Fatcat, but yeah, I think it's pretty good. Epic just needs to talk to his dad and let ETH hit 8. Eric, yeah, it's true. Look, it can do. I'm being serious. Like all this stuff, I'm just giving you. I'm telling you that I don't think it's over by a long shot. I really don't think so. I want everyone to really understand that. I really don't think it's over. But one level of high impact news will change everything on this, and it's usually the case, right? I wouldn't put it past the Orange Man to change all of this really quickly. 3K ETH on the way. Yeah, possible. It's possible. Look at my ETH, right? Let me see ETH. No, I don't think 3K is going to be. No, I don't think it'll go down to 3K. You sound bearish earlier. I'm not bearish. Look, I'm neither bearish or bullish. I'm just giving you facts. All right. Should we go into this AMA? Should we do this AMA? I'm going to do the AMA. Let's go in. What's going on here? Start listening. All right. Is there sound? Why is there no sound? Why is there no sound? All right, move this. All right, let's put this here. All right. Okay, cool. If you guys want to join, you can check out as well. I already have some long orders ready on certain levels. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. That's what I'm going to be playing. Now, I just need this. Now, is it over? It's not over. I don't think it's over. As much as the Bears would love to think, I don't think so. End of the year. I think end of the year for sure. Oh wait, I can't show you this. Nothing happened. I want to be sure that you understand that nothing happened in that 2-second scenario. Wait, what's going on? Is that not working? Wait, is there sound? Am I not hearing sound? I feel like there's sound, but I can't. Where can I buy Fatcat? On Phantom. There's usually like some music. Why is there no sound? Why is he saying 100%? Why can't I hear anything? 1 second. No. That's not what I want to do. Why can't I hear anything? Let's try this again. Is there sound on? 1 second. Let me just make sure that sound is working. Let's go to the ubu.
Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon.
Okay, that worked. Good afternoon, everybody. Why can't I hear anything? Yes, I know, Dennis. There's no sound. Aha!
All right. Mic check. Hello, guys. Welcome. We have 25 people in this room. Let's start on this slow market day, to say the least. Let's retweet the space. Let me pin this up top so everyone. Let me see if I have it here. Boom. We have some requests coming in. I'm gonna get some people up on the stage. We have, I think, in total 6 projects. Which we're going to go through today. 3 memes, 3 utilities. Let's just give it, a couple more minutes until the room
You say
fills
speak.
up. Make sure, guys, the pin post up top.
Can you hear this, by the way?
The spaces. So just make to click that, retweet it, give a like, a comment, so the algorithm gets going, so that Twitter, as it works, the more engagement, the more it goes kind of viral. Let's get the word out there that we have a space, and we have 30 people. So let's make sure to retweet the pin post and spread the word. Markets is in a bit of a peculiar place. We're seeing Bitcoin drop below 113, Ethereum 4100, BNB 827, Solana back down below 180, 176 at the time. So a bit of a red market, although the stock market is not doing too much, but interesting to see, just another day in the trenches, as they say. So yeah, so we'll give it another minute or two, and then we'll just get slowly started. But in the meantime, make sure to retweet the space. And I see we have Bong Page, JS, Cage. Are you guys there? Just a quick mic check to check that everything is working.
What time frame do you use to confirm that it might go up?
Check 1, 2, check.
I take that's Josh from my standard. Nice.
Yes, sir.
You need confirmation across multiple time frames.
You would
That's
like
what
to
I would
also
say.
bring up your main accounts as well, Josh. From my stand, if you want to, you could do so as well. If not, you have your account. That's also
Yeah, I on my phone, I actually, long story, I don't have access. Adam, my co-founder, has access. So if he jumps in, then he'll come through that one.
No worries.
But the My
In
Standard
the
logo
meantime,
is in my picture. So
okay, nice.
Mhm.
Uh, in the meantime, if you guys want, you can also pin, if you have like a cool post or something from the project or something you think people could want to scroll through or look at while we're having the space, feel free to, pin it up top so we can, so people can go through that in the meantime as well.
You guys see who's
So,
on the chat, by the way?
so yeah, we have 40 people already. Not bad on a slow day like this.
Are you guys seeing who's on this
I think it's still
AMA?
safe to say that retail, the retail crowd, as everyone is waiting for, has yet to enter the
Holy
space.
moly, Bonk's
Even though
on this
Bitcoin,
AMA.
is
What the
around
hell?
all-time highs and has done really well, even with Ethereum
God.
as of late. It's
Wow.
kind of
All
an
right.
interesting sentiment across crypto Twitter.
Evening
You have
Tiger.
Bitcoin institutional interest, but the trenches or like the newly launched projects or meme coins haven't yet,
Come on,
emphasizing
Fat
on
Cat
yet,
Army.
however,
Damn right.
catch the full attention or bid as they did back in the fall and winter of last year. But I do genuinely think that we are
I can see
approaching
Fat Cat.
the
Can you also
next
see
leg of the
Bonk?
market. So if you're here right now, I would say most of you are crypto either savvy or at least pay a lot of attention to the crypto markets. And the next few months to come, I think, will be favorable for projects that have been building and showing up each and every day. So with that being said, let's see if we can get all yeah, we have 1, 2, 3 Simeon as well from Captain BNB. I think we're missing Brett. Let me check real quickly. Brett and Fat Cat. I see we have Fat Cat down there. Um, I'm gonna make a one or two of you like a co-host just in case this space or I rug so that the space can continue to move forward. So Simeon and Josh, I'll show you guys a co-host each if you guys don't mind.
Brett is coming on,
And
by the way. Brett.
let me see
The
if
Brett.
somebody's requesting. We have Merc there. Nice.
Damn,
I'm
man.
sending a request to Fat Cat.
Damn, man.
And then I had, let me check the message from the Brett team. They said
So
that
let me get
we're
this
gonna
straight.
have,
So
what's the
Fat
name of
Cat
that person? One
is
second, guys.
mixing with Bonk and Brett, right? So you guys can really understand
NDP.
what is going on.
So I'm sending an invite to you, NDP, if you wanna
Woo!
join
This
the
is
speaker panel
a
as well.
this is a
And Fat Cat, if I think I saw you requesting a bit earlier, but if you haven't, try one more time. And because I can't see your request at the moment, I also shot you. I'm gonna get them up. Okay, so while we wait for that, you know, this space today is just to get a few other communities to get to know each other and basically highlight potential gems, as you can see on the headline. Most of these projects are there's three memes, three utilities. Many of them have been around the block for a minute. Few of them, like Cage, are in the early. How do you say it? Is it Cage, Catch, Keishi? I always
It's
wonder.
cash.
Cash.
Cash wallet.
Cash wallet. All right. Some are in the early stages, some have just launched, and
we're
so the
going places,
format,
guys. That's
how I
all I'm
used
gonna
to do
say.
it. Well, I used to do this like a
we're
year ago when there was
we're
like massive hype and momentum.
we're
I
going
haven't done it
places.
as of late because just as everyone else, I'm when there's not
So
too
let's
much
get this
interest,
straight,
like you
right?
just
So
sit
everyone
around
can
and
really
wait.
understand.
But these
I need
spaces
to
used
take
to
a
have a lot
screenshot.
of
One
interest, a
second.
lot of people, and we used to pack
One
them with
second.
four,
I need
five
to get a
hundred people
screenshot of
live
this.
and thousands in the listeners
This
later.
is this is
Which was
weird.
very good, and I do believe that those days will come back again. And I think many
Let's
of
just do
your
that.
projects here
There
will
we go.
definitely
Okay,
be
screenshot
invited
capture
once
that.
again later as
Okay,
the
let's do one
things,
more.
markets and everything progresses.
Let's
But
make
the
sure that
format is pretty simple. So what I like to do, because it's a spaces, people don't like
it's pretty
everyone
cool.
talking like 15 minutes each. It's kind of getting boring. So I want to switch it up a
Definitely
little
nowhere
bit,
near
just so
over,
that we
guys.
keep the
We're
the
cooking. I
flow
think so as
rolling
well.
and
Yeah,
keep it a little bit on
that's
edge and
wild.
everyone gets to talk. So how I usually start is that I basically give every project like an elevator pitch,
What?
60 seconds, right? If it surpasses 60 seconds, I'll give you like this little hand emoji. That means you need to land the plane, right? Give you another 10 seconds to land the plane. And after every project gives their 60 seconds overview, narrative, pitch, what is it all about? After that, I'll go through every project, give you guys a question or two, And then you have like every time I ask you a question, like
Can you
1 to 2
guys
minutes to
post this
reply.
on the Fatcat?
And we
Actually, I'll
do
post
two,
it
three
now. One second.
questions each. We're gonna keep it to an hour tops, just so that it's quick, nice, and fun. And then in the end, I will give you all like 2, 3 minutes, like closing remarks or closing statement or closing pitches, however you want to call it. So does that sound good to you guys? If that sounds good, I think that's how we're gonna roll. We have 65 people in here, not bad. So let's make sure to retweet the space. As I said, give it in the TG in the community, pin it, and comment below the spaces so the algorithm gets going. And good. I think we're everyone in here. So yeah, we have Merck as well and Bongpei. Okay, guys, I think we can start. So yeah, as I said, first question, I think we can just start, to be honest. We could start by basically going roundabout each and every project and by giving us like a 60-second pitch or elevator pitch about the project, what it's all about. It kind of it gives you time to rehearse your pitching skills, and it's fun for the audience, and it gives us a condensed overview of exactly what the project is all about for those who don't know your project. And then after we go through all six, we go to the next topic. So who's gonna go first? I want to actually start with Fat Cat. Fat Cat, a meme coin. Are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Um, uh,
Can you hear me?
there you are, man. How you doing?
Good, my man. Thank you for having us on.
Loud and clear. Loud and clear.
Yeah.
Of course. Before you start, I can give a quick overview. I'm looking at the chart. So you're sitting at a 2.5 mil market cap. You guys launched back in November 20th. So that's that's coming in almost a year, right? 10 months.
Damn right.
8, 9 months. Not bad. You're on Solana, 2.5 mil. You have the floor, 60 seconds. Tell us all about what Fat Cat is for those who don't know.
Well, Fatcat is a community project. My name is Alvarez. Actually, I am a influencer on TikTok and various other platforms. We launched it over a year ago, and we've hit a momentous almost year of a meme coin development on the way forward to develop the base, the strength, and I know I have a really strong team, a really good culture, and aspects that make this project really strong. We've also developed two forms of utility. One is a Telegram bot that other projects use, which track their interactions and give various points and airdrops and this, that, and the other, helps with raiding. And we've also developed an aggregator, which means that you can pretty much swap any token to Fatcat, and in fact any token to any token within the website. We have now started to really push forward, as we believe that the markets are getting to the heated stage, even though things are pulling back a little bit today. And we have activated some of our silver bullet, which is our TON deal. So we are quite strong and close with the TON Foundation, and we have been named by them as a prospective project on their stage 2 TVL growth, which is in the form of an acquisition of projects and memes and various layers, which are AI, RWA, and various factors on that side, which was launched as well and revealed in the previous stream that we did. That's about it. That's our little elevator
Nice.
pitch
That
that we
was,
did.
yeah, that was a good one. That was concise, good, straight to the point. Some good bullet points. I like that. You definitely have rehearsed that before, so that was good. Not bad. That was Fat Cat. All right, we're definitely gonna circle back to that ton acquisition part. That was very interesting. Let's go to Cash. Cash, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right,
How's
nice.
things?
We're doing well, man. How about you?
Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. Still busy.
All right, happy to have you as always. So Cash is not
How cool is this,
launched
right?
live yet, but they are in their like
How cool is
raising
this? That's
stages,
all
if
I'm
you
gonna
want to
say.
call it like that. And I believe that their token goes live
We're,
within
we're,
the next few
we're
months,
literally sitting.
or give or take a few weeks. So the floor is yours.
We're
60
literally
seconds. Give
sitting
us
in an
your
AMA
best pitch. Let's go.
with some of the biggest projects,
Yeah, so basically, we've
biggest projects
built
in the world, right? So you can understand.
non-custodial wallet that can actually recover your funds if you lose your seed phrases.
So I'm
As you all
saying,
know,
bro.
it's one of the major problems in crypto. That,
You guys aren't bullish enough,
I
so
think
I'm gonna
the
say
total
stupid. Nice.
loss is up to 450 billion.
Let me make my
Yeah,
$100. You know
we've
what I
been working
mean?
on
It's
it for
so
about a
dumb.
year now. We've got a top software developer in California that's been helping us build it out. So yeah, we're getting close to finalizing the build. I think it's going to be ready by the end of the month, and then it's getting it onto exchanges and going from there.
Nice. Yeah, that's actually very novel to me, like having a custom built app and a protection system safeguarding for losing, don't have to worry about losing your C phrases and all like that, but having a built-in software that can recover your funds,
I can't sell
that's
anything. What
actually
are you
something
talking
new that
about?
I haven't seen a lot of projects do, and I definitely think there's a void for that in
One
the
second.
space. So good one.
What did I just do?
Okay, we will head to the next one. Let's go to Captain B&B. I'm not sure if
Bro,
it's going to be
waiting
Murph
another
or
4 years.
Simeon, but either one of you,
There had to be one.
whoever
Thank you
wants
so
to
much,
grab the
man.
mic and give it
It means
a
a lot.
60-second one, feel free to give us the rundown on what Captain B&B is and the full scope there.
Have you even
Yeah, I don't mind taking this one,
make a huge
Simeon.
amount of
If
money
you're cool with it.
like Bono
Yeah, go on, bro.
Bonko bread. We salute
Awesome.
you.
I love Simeon has the best threads though, by the way. So you guys need to definitely check out his content. Yeah, so Merc here.
I admire your
A little bit about
professional
myself real quick.
professional
Just
side. Don't say that,
been in the
man.
space for 1.5 cycles, do marketing BD. I also work with a big brand called Moonberg. So check them out. I have them down in the space as well. Captain B&B, I found Captain B&B as a community member, just bought in as it was coming down from its all-time high. So a little bit about it. Branding and name was created by the B&B chain, which is super epic. It's not often that you see the chain kind of create these types of things on chain, right? So it was created via tweet. There's threads, a tweet thread that you guys can look up for it. Community took it and ran with it to a pump fund style platform on B&B chain called 4Meme. Created it. It went super viral early days. People like Andrew Tate, the Tate family, they were pushing it. A lot of top crypto people. What I really find interesting about
Andrew
Captain
Tate,
B&B
top crypto
is that
people.
it wasn't created by anybody, but the community came around and formed an amazing connection to the mission, which is to bring back the good old mimetic style days from 2021, where people would get into a Telegram channel and really grind and work hard for their bags. So it's a bunch of bag workers on B&B chain, which is one of the top chains when you're talking about some of the metrics from transaction speeds, volume, etc. So it's going to have its days. It's the only asset right now that is currently breaking all-time highs since last cycle. So it's definitely being slept on. My suggestion for everyone down in the stands, down in the listeners section, is take a moment, go through one of our amazing threads, get to know the community, join the Telegram, and if you're looking for those nostalgic bag worker vibes, come on in and we'll chat. As you guys kind of get to know and build relationships with us, I think you'll see a real cool community that is here to support people trying to build for multiple cycles.
Nice. That's a fresh take. Usually it's a quick rotators market and everyone is in and out and flip-flopping. So that's definitely a cool take.
Yeah, I mean, I think real quick, I don't want to take up too much time, but I think everyone in here can appreciate that this cycle is slightly different than last cycle. There's definitely a lot of I think there's going to be a lot of emphasis on building real communities, kind of like SPX. If you guys have seen SPX, they're doing it the hard way. But I think those of us that are serious about being here in multiple cycles and wanting to be pillars in this space, and we have to take the long road, the road less traveled. So definitely give those communities a good look and do what you can to help support.
100% agree. I think this cycle, even though you have, with Solana, especially like a rotators market, it's just it's still the same thing that works as not just for memes, but utilities and everything. Those who stick around and put in
If
the
you guys have
hard
any
work
questions,
over
by the way,
time, they are the
you
ones
can
that
let me
will
know.
come
Unless you want to
out,
just listen.
succeeding on the other side. So that's just the name of the game. All right, let's go to my standard and JS. Josh, are you there?
I am.
All right, are you ready?
I am.
The floor is yours. Let's go.
My standard is a data monetization, data privacy, data ownership platform. We're a utility token. We launched in December. We some of our investors, Winklevoss Capital, Avalanche. We believe that people's data is their most valuable asset, and that data is taken advantage of by all the large big tech companies. With our apps, which are in both app stores, you download the app, you put your professional and personal data into the app. If someone wants to reach out to you about a job opportunity or to share data in some capacity, you then are in a position where you can monetize that data in the form of our token, which is the ticker is MYST. We believe that the future is ownership of data. We believe that people have the opportunity to monetize multiple things about themselves, their professional data and their personal data. And that if you were paying the owner of the data, the chances of that person utilizing your product, whichever you're sponsoring, whatever you're trying to sell, goes up dramatically, as opposed to the shotgun approach, which currently exists in all advertising models, where they're basically guessing what you're going to do next.
What space that we're on
with our
right
structure,
now?
there's no guessing. It's
Fanatic.
the default is opt out as
with which projects that we're sitting.
So
in
when you opt into
right
something,
now,
the chances of you being supportive of that product go up dramatically. And there's no better opportunity to break out of the Web3 bubble and to get into the Web2 universe than to give people the opportunity to monetize their information.
I hate good people getting messed around.
Well, we usually see with Facebook and others that they are the ones monetizing their users' information. So I think with my standard, taking that power back, giving it to the rightful people that deserves to get paid for those information, which is the actual user that is giving out the information.
Does anyone also hear like utility projects and like them talking about utility projects? And you just sit there going,
to it. So my standard is on AVAX, but you also bridged on
I get my data has to be
sub 1 mil, but the fully diluted valuation is $35 million market cap, correct?
That is correct. Two other quick things. Number one, we call our area DataFi. So it's sort of a different take. It's a slant on DeFi, but it's for data.
And I think I appreciate
so
it, man.
Be able to finance your data.
Look, I'm always here for everyone that needs help. I only give,
on top of that, we feel that
information that I think is
there's a real
people, that's all.
Opportunity that once the market sort of moves into utilities being very hot, which Chainlink had a good couple weeks, so there's definitely an appetite for it.
That they give
We're going to be sort of one of the first players in that space.
It's about whether they're
very interesting. Nice.
Their sentiment
before we go
towards
to
a rate cut.
Next and final ones, before we head to the next phase, we have 83 people in this
space.
I would encourage everyone to retweet the space. We only have like 25 retweets. So if you just popped in, make sure to press one of the pin posts. It's the first one, or just bottom right corner.
Really
you can click on it.
No utility. I don't know what you're talking about.
And get the algo going. There's very few spaces out there actually.
What's happening with crypto? It's just September lulls. You know what I mean?
Genre at least. Which on a slow day in this, well, we are in a bull run, guys.
I guess you are more knowledgeable man about crypto in this.
But
in
it
this
looks
room.
like the best
Don't say that.
So, all right, retweet the space. Let's go to the next one. So we had a utility play. Let's then go to
retail
NDP
coming yet. Is this true? Yeah.
And then last but not least,
in some form.
To Bonk Pay. So
real NDP, thank you. Very kind of you, but I don't think so.
We'll try again. NDP with Brett.
Are you hear me?
Yes, sir. Loud and clear.
Hello.
These guys are Brett, by the way.
We are Brett on Ethereum.
What?
We are a pure CTO and a meme coin, like you said, based off the book.
We are sitting with
book,
Brett right now.
Boys Club. So
what the hell?
Brett is Pepe's bestie. So everybody knows Brett, and everybody knows, of course, Pepe. And yeah, we are
honestly
currently 2 years old, a bit more than 2 years old. And
people are sleeping on Fatcat. You guys are
growing,
just like,
and yeah, we are kind of trying to flip the Cabal coin, the based bread. That's a bundle launch and supply controlled. So we are pure CTO. That's for us is very, very important. We are very bullish and very engaged in the rating and stuff. And we're not just a meme coin. We're planning to be a multi-cycle coin. So what we accomplished, we are on different exchanges like Bitmart and DigiFinex and Maxi and XT also. But now what we have is we have our third NFT collection with 3,500 NFTs, and we have 35 golden ones. So the golden ones are something special. And you can even make some money with Brett because we have a launch pad that's pretty new. And that means that if you're investing in Brett and the launchpad will be successful, and we are sure it will be, you can
How do I speak better than the guys at Brett? Honestly,
make some gains off that launchpad. So the fees are going directly to the marketing wallet, and we can use this to grow even further. So yeah, we are of course aiming for the big ones, the tier ones, and flipping that base Brett.
Okay. Ambitious target. Well done. Well done. So this base Brett or like OG Brett or Brett on ETH, however you want to call it, currently sitting at 8.2 million. Contract created 2 years and 1 month ago. Damn. So there are some
on the
OGs
top of
in
Brett
this space.
make him child.
Well done. Well done. Okay. Let's go to the last but not least, Bonk.
Don't know what that means.
Are you behind the main account or is there someone else?
Hi, it's me.
It's you. Nice. All right. So are you ready? If you are, then the floor is yours.
Yeah, what's up? Thank you. So
Bonk.
we're BonkPay. We're pretty much the #1 way to off-ramp your crypto privately in the entire Solana ecosystem, and soon probably just globally and everywhere. You can pretty much just go to our website, touch a couple buttons, and spend your crypto in real life through a debit card. So we'll issue you a card on our website. It's completely anonymous, it's safe, it's secure. Deposit some Solana, instantly turn it into a debit card, put it into your Apple Pay, Google Pay, and spend it anywhere. And then in about 3 to 4 weeks, we'll have in real life cards where you can spend literally like $1 million a month on those and pull out 100K in cash from ATMs with them. And so they're pretty limitless cards. We're one of the only compliant ones that go. Just because of the structure and the relationships with our banks, we're one of the only ones that can compliantly stay privacy focused the way that we are. We're currently, like, some good things about us is we're easily the #1 revenue generating protocol in the entire Bonk ecosystem. And so if you guys see Bonk's volume, how it even spiked, even on their best days, we still had the #1 revenue of all of them. We've done more revenue than our entire market cap of liquid Solana. So that means that's more money spent on our cards than the entire market cap of our token. And it's just been a good journey so far, growing to 5 customers, 10 customers, 1,000 customers, and almost reaching to the point where people are spending close to $100,000 a day on their cards with us and trusting us with the go-to way to off-ramp their crypto. Getting a card is really easy. You can just go to our website, touch a couple buttons, and you get one. Soon you'll need to own a couple tokens in order to get our higher end cards, and so we do have a token. I can pin the contract and some good information to the top. So I'll pin 2 posts. I'll pin one which kind of just has more information on our revenue, because I know there's a lot of utility-based investors that look for that. And then another one's just a really funny video that someone on our staff made that I'll go ahead and pin to the top. And happy to take questions about us later on, and just get to know more about you guys too.
Nice. Good pitch. Good pitch. BonkPay launched on the 11th of July, so it's a rather new protocol, but it's obviously a utility on Solana. Current market cap 660K, all-time high 1.7. It's a very interesting, compliant and off-ramp for card private and non-KYC, right? If I'm not mistaken, because it is private. Yeah. Nice.
So it's pretty much globally accepted. We use American Express cards right now. So you can spend up to $10,000 a transaction on there and load 100 grand a day.
And right now we are only accepting Solana. So that's one thing I like to always focus on when we do our spaces, is the potential for upside. We're only focused on Solana right now. In the near future, we'll be on-ramping people from ETH, BTC, SUI, Fatcat, Useless. So the potential for this is not even the sky. People say the sky's the limit. I say that's too low. Just imagine Elon posts a tweet. That tweet automatically makes that coin run to 500 mil. We can immediately tap into that audience and say, hey, you just made 1,000x. Do you want to convert that into usable cash and go out and buy yourself a Lambo immediately? So I'm very, very bullish on this project. Been in it since day one. I'm thankful I met Gemini and this crew. This crew is solid. They work nonstop. Honestly, my goal for this is for us to be the Visa of crypto. When you go to the bank or you go to get a credit card, the first person they're going to put you in front of is Visa. I want us to be that for crypto.
Nice. Interesting. Very good. Very good. Well, we're definitely going to come back with more questions about that. I have some questions regarding the token, the flywheel, and utility, so you guys can elaborate on that. Okay, so everyone has had their 60-sec pitch. I see more of you have retweeted the space, which is nice. So keep doing so. What I'm going to do now, so since there's like two sectors, obviously there's three memes and three utilities, so I have like a couple different questions for the sectors. So what we're going to do now, hop onto the next layer, which is kind of like go a little bit more in depth and kind of see what is it that makes your project stand out, what you're doing to kind of capture the attention in this attention economy. So we're going to ask a question first for the three meme coins and get them to answer 1 to 2 minutes tops each. And then I have a different set of questions for the utility plays. So with that being said, this is for Captain B&B and Fatcat and Brett. And the question goes as follows. My question to you, in this attention economy where there's like tens and thousands of meme coins and the attention span of the average crypto investor is very short-lived. First of all, all of your projects have been around the block for a minute. It's a two-part question. A, what have you done successfully so far to retain your investors? And secondly, what are your plans from here on out moving forward to keep expanding and get this in the eyes of other investors? So I will pass that first question to Fat Cat, and then we go to Captain B&B, and then Brett.
Hey guys. Okay, look, so it's not easy to keep a meme coin afloat for over a year. And what we've done and what we've created throughout this whole process, and what we've moved forward with, what we're doing, and our major achievements that we've had, is that having something on that level and keeping it going for such a strong way, and not ever going below $1 million market cap, hitting every single possible bump on the road and not losing out, is a huge thing. Also, anyone that is here, we like to keep things absolutely transparent, right? Everyone in the project can access me at any point. Anyone in the Telegram chat can access me at every point. The Telegram is one of the most amazing, most non-toxic, amazing places that you can imagine. Sometimes on a Sunday we talk about how we make bread, even when things are going really down the hill. And you can track every wallet, and the wallets from the point of inception to now have not changed a single penny. We are here to make a legacy, not to make profit. That's our biggest thing, and that's how you make a project succeed. To get to the next stage, we know how to move and what to do, right? We've developed the base. We have an amazing whale group. We have an amazing team. We have an amazing people that follow us. I'm in the social face always. I am one of the most doxed people you can possibly imagine. I'm in fact live right now talking to you guys at the same time, streaming to 3 other places so they know who I am, right? At the same time, we know that we need to find the layer, then build on investments and go into to whale groups and get the actual big guys to understand that we're here for the long term, not here for to try and clip as things are moving up, to actually build base level by level by level to get to the level, and then get to a point which we are talking to right now. If you look on our X, you see people like OK Sweep. You see people like GG get noticing us. You see bigger guys all repeating and retweeting and actually reacting to what we're doing and what we're building and what we have and the next steps that we have and the ton deals and everything else. We are going to bring something to a point where we will have these key leaders, people who are trusted and understand what's going on, to take this to the next level. You know, I'm here so people know who I am. These people are here who know the trust and understand what's going on. And we, I believe, have proven ourselves to this point. Every project needs to prove themselves. And I believe that we have proven that we are here building, even in the hard times, even in the lowest points, we're still grinding. And if you grind all the way through, push to the end, there will be a point where there will be a wealth effect for everyone that's followed through this whole period. That's my little bit that I can tell you guys.
Nice. Appreciate it. Very good. Interesting. Yeah, definitely. like it's very rare to see in the space people actually building for the long haul, especially with memes and especially with this mini bear we had. A lot of projects, 99 out of 100, especially meme coins, have capitulated and basically left the space with broken backs. The ones that are yet to do so, or basically still building, it's very easy then to spot those communities and projects, and they will attract bids and liquidity. And because people understand that it doesn't, it's not just staying and sticking around, but it's actually doing something that convinces people to park their money in that project. So definitely people need to pay attention to these type of projects rather than ape the next flavor of the day. But okay, good one. Let's go to was it, I think it was Captain B&B. Same question. What have you done so far to
Fatcat
maintain,
is on an
retain your
AMA
like
with
the
very large
clientele
projects.
investors, and
So,
what
and we're
is
doing
to
an
be
AMA on
expected
GG
moving forward?
Oni's
To what are you doing to
page.
further take it to the next
If you want to
level?
know what's going on,
So
you can check it
I
out.
believe
If you
that's
go to any
Mert.
one of these, you can actually see it, and
Yeah,
you can get to
so
learn.
I think the most important thing that you can
Was
do
that good?
once you've kind of start building a community around
Did that
a coin,
explain what we've
the
gone
most
through?
important thing is building a culture within inside that community. And I think a lot of people try to short themselves in this category. They either try to force culture, but really the only way to do it is to put in time, and you need to have the right people that come
Levels on
in
levels,
to
yeah.
the network. They kind of
Honestly, like
they
we've
take on like
barely,
this stewardship
like
role
you know,
and
we
kind of
haven't
lead,
really
right? So like with
pulled back
Captain B
anywhere
and
near
B,
what these
we're
bigger
fortunate enough
projects are doing.
to get someone like
Some
Coco,
projects are
who's our
like 30,
CTO
40,
lead,
50%
a
down.
guy who's
Look
been
at Pepe,
in
for
this
God's sake.
space for over a decade. He's built things. He's pretty
Alvarez for president.
sizable 8-chain KOL. I mean, just has a lot of industry connections within the space.
Does that sound
So you
good?
definitely need someone that
I
has
didn't say
a few people
anything.
that have a strong network in the space that are going
I didn't
to
say
show
anything
up
that's
every
not true.
day and kind of lead that cultural
You could sit
development
for
with
hours
inside
talking about
the
Fatcat and
community.
how it goes
The
without
other thing
lying.
you
I'm
got to
not
do
lying.
is you
That's the
can't just be
thing.
in there
Nothing I
blindly
said
leading
is
people. You have to
untrue.
be willing to
Nothing.
like spot talent, right? Like what
Oh
we
yeah,
do at
I'll have a
Captain
talk
B and
about that as
B
well.
is we're constantly trying to get people
I
to
mean,
kind of
appreciate
bring
it,
out
man.
their inner captain
I
and
can't
take
control
charge of
people
something,
not
whether it's
seeing the
making content or
no Alvarez and Fed chat.
creating graphics, or
More bullish on
we
Fatcat.
have
Thank you, appreciate that.
someone now that creates Giggle Academy books, which Giggle Academy is a pretty big
I got
like
glasses
children's
on, but
learning thing. Like we just
that's
try to
how I go
find a
to
way to
3D
empower
movies.
people
By
and
the way,
give them
it's
the
so
tools and resources to be
like
successful,
lameness level is like
because
up there. Why is
that
there a
type of
hole in my?
energy allows other people to be creative and want us and encourage them to step up. And if
Why
you
is
don't
there?
have that, I think the number one thing with memes is being able to encourage people to step up and work for their bags and be creative. That type of energy we've kind of
Never mind.
we hear Murad talking about this all the time, that social energy, that energy that people are putting back into something.
We're trying to
It's
get there, man.
very
Like it's hard.
important
As
in
he
this
said, the
space,
noise
especially for
is
memes.
it's so
Now,
noisy out there.
utilities
Trying to
can
break
pop up
through.
with inside
You need
memes,
some
which
new Lacoste in your
we have
wardrobe.
several
This is
utilities already created
new.
by the community. We have a
I bought
BNB
this from
swap
Hugo
bot
Boss. This
that
is
allows people to
new.
easily swap over from any
It's
chain
freaking
onto the
new,
BNB
man.
chain. So
Anyway, whatever.
so you can buy a bag of Captain BNB. The reason why the community created that right out the gate is because BNB has been having some issues of late. I mean, they're getting better now, but before they were having issues with people buying the Binance or the BNB asset from the US, etc. So what we look for is the community
I
when we're
can't
kind
take it
of
back. It's over 2 weeks
in our
old. I
Telegram,
didn't
and
even
we're
notice. It's like
huddling around.
that's a
We're looking at what are the
default, not an
problems to bring
actual
people into this space, and let's go out and find a solution for
stupid.
it.
Anyway, whatever.
And we're people are willing to kind of go through their whole entire network to figure out that solution. So it really brings a lot of
Broken
eyes
tag. I don't know.
and
Something
solutions to the
happened. I don't know what
table.
it is. It's brand
And
new.
then
It's
the
freaking
second
brand
part of
new
your question,
top.
like what we have going forward,
Lucas Paul's
well,
a better
the
quality.
job's not done. I
Oh,
think
it's not
what we
bad.
do is we're
But you're right.
continuously looking at what is, what kind of environment is the BNB chain ecosystem in. It's got a lot of good things going for it. Top asset, top 3 blockchain. It broke all-time high and is in discovery zone. So it has a lot of these really good indicators that would
Wait, can't
make
never keep it going.
someone think, wow,
Glasses.
this ecosystem should be
By the
really
way, everyone follow
flourishing
Glasses. He's a very clever
with
guy,
meme
right?
coins,
If you need
etc.
like
But
wallet
realistically,
tracking and
the
stuff like
meme
that,
coin space
he's the
is still
G.
kind of, even though it had a really successful time last cycle, it's still very early days. There's been a lot of development built on Solana to onboard people to trading and stuff. You got terminals, you have Telegram bots, you have all kinds of things that really there's a lot of that stuff is missing on the B&B side. So we're definitely looking at those types of tools and trying to find ways to bring those to the ecosystem in a meaningful way. And
Mine
then we're
was better,
constantly
right?
looking for
Was
more
my one
people
better? Am I
inside
better than this
of our
guy?
own
These guys
community
went up
to
to
lift them
135
up and
million
help them
market
take
caps, just so
control
you
of
understand.
some aspect of this ecosystem. So we've built a very nice funnel. We have a very nice, strong marketing funnel that's built around our community, which is very difficult to have. We've been doing it for about 6 months, going on 7 months now. So now all we have to do is take that funnel and apply it to different verticals. We've been deeply focused on Twitter for the last 6 months, but right now what we're exploring is how do we take this amazing funnel that we created for
Bruh.
Twitter and how do we apply it to Instagram, TikTok, and other other sources.
Putin
But we
agreed to a
don't try to move too
bilateral
quick because at the
meeting
end of the day,
with
we could go out and just pay people to
Zelensky.
do this for us, but
That might be a
that's not the
little
same
relief
thing
now.
when you
Could
have a
be. We'll
true
see.
organic funnel and you
Oh
have
man, that
community
meeting is
members that
gonna
are
be
taking ownership of those
tense AF.
responsibilities.
Oh
You have a
god,
way
that's
better
gonna be a
conversion
tense
ratio. So
meeting. Oh my
we've just
lord.
been kind of building these out as we go, as we find community members that want to step up to the plate for those challenges.
All right, amazing, very good, well said. And let's go to the final meme, I would say, for this segment. NDP, same question for you and for Brett. You have the floor.
Yeah. So what makes a project special is well, in the end, it's about narrative in the crypto
You're clear and
space.
concise. They sound
So
like blah
narrative
blah
and
blah.
community is
Thank
what is
you,
keeping a
appreciate that.
project alive. I don't want
It would be fun to
to
fly
repeat
on the wall during that meeting.
Fatcat's
Oh my
statements
god.
because most of them are
Oh my
I want to say
god.
also, but to say that what
Oh my
kept us
god.
alive
That
because
would be
2
one of the
years
most
is pretty
insane
long
meetings
time
you could
for a meme
possibly
coin.
imagine.
So a lot of community members
Oh
in Bread
my
are here
god.
since at least a year. So that's the same thing with me. I joined in May of
Honestly.
2024, and what I experienced is we just keep being active, and like Fatcat said, and that's really important that we have everything we do is made by the
Hey, why are
community.
you copying
So
me?
we
Huh?
don't pay anyone to do stuff. So
Why you
all
paying
the
me?
content is from us, from ourselves. And it doesn't depend if it's on X, on TG. Also, we're pretty active on Discord server. So the engagement comes purely from the community. So, and the narrative, of course, helps. Being a project and a coin based off of a very pretty famous book of Matt Fury that is pretty on fire again. And that helps, of course, and people believe in it. And I think also the history has shown that we are here to stay, and we are a multi-cycle project. Just take a look at the chart. Yes, we had a great chart and a great phase in September until December, like almost everybody did, but we didn't get any way or never to the lows we were before that pump. So and the chart is constantly growing and going to the upside. So that is something that people
like Fatcat
are
said.
seeing,
Yeah, man.
and that's why they stay in the community.
What
Also, we try to give more value
do you say
than
about
just
Fatcat? Is that
a
like, yeah, what, how, like
memeable
Fatcat said?
project
Like,
to
what are you talking about?
the community. So,
Give the man
like I
some
said,
love,
we
man.
had an
Nah, why are
NFT
you giving me
collection.
love, man? I do this
That's
stuff
the
for
third
free.
one.
You know what I mean?
I believe this one is it's something for the ages because we have a ton of our members that have the PFP, so the NFT as a PFP in several social media platforms, and are just showing that they're part of this community. So I think for a meme coin, just to being a meme coin and not having anything else like say, to offer, it can be
Your
kind
clear
of a
British
stretch
accent
and
is your
pretty
trump.
yeah, let's say dangerous.
No, just my voice
That's
is
why
just
Brett
like,
is really working hard
How do you think I
to
got my
give
wife? She's
yeah,
like,
just
your
more
voice is
value
deep.
to the project.
Let's get married.
And yeah, narrative and community,
That's all
that's
it
for us
took.
is the key, and that's why we are working pretty hard. And yeah, let's say people that are here active
Little
and Also, they're working hard for the project. They get to take some part of the business.
More like I was
say,
captured, to be honest.
and
That's how
create
it works.
art or just talk to influencers and stuff like that. So they are really a core member of the community.
And a few thread shares. Thanks.
Nice. Well done. Okay, good pitch. Good overview. Definitely can attest to that. The Breck community has longevity and has a long-term mindset. I've been seeing you guys for a minute, so can attest to that. All right, let's move on to the utility plays. And it's kind of like not the same question, but like we know with meme coins, it's a very easy value proposition. Like you understand the narrative, you understand the community. This is where we're taking it. They don't really promise too much utility-wise. However, with utilities, there's obviously, the tech, the value
Excuse me, I need to talk about my utilities.
The coin, how does the coin
like why is the British government adding so much tech? No, I mean like
so my question to you guys for my standard catch and BonkPay is very simple. It's where does the coin fit in this ecosystem? What is the value proposition for an investor to kind of buy into the project? And then if you want to highlight a few things around that, feel free to do so. But in essence, the coin, the value proposition for investors, how does the coin tie in? Because we are in crypto, obviously, as investors and everything, and people would like to know how does the price arise or the value accrue by holding the coin itself, and the how does it tie to the ecosystem? So we could start with JS and Josh from my standard, if you want to go.
Sure, thanks. So with our token, the value proposition is that every time a new retailer or company comes on and wants to access our users' data, they have to buy those tokens from us, and they're pulled off of the market. So by definition, we're circulating the supply from one side to the other. So there's a direct correlation because it's a utility where you're creating an insanely profitable flywheel. Company X wants to. We have things called data stores. Basically, it's an opportunity for companies to put all their information to put their network to offer their network the opportunity to download my standard. They get the network effect because every time we add a new store to the model, those people have an opportunity to look at different things in the different stores. So, for example, if we're doing a talent acquisition play and we have a company in there that's helping people find jobs, you can go and download the app and dig in there and make your information available to people who are trying to find candidates for jobs. If you want to find a company that's trying to sell jewelry and you're interested in buying jewelry, you can make your data available to them and they'll reach out to you for that. And every time that company reaches out to you and accesses your demographic and informational and professional data, they have to pay you for it. And they're taking those tokens directly off of the marketplace. So they're buying them directly from us, and we're pulling them right out of the market.
No wonder it's at 700,000.
So that's going to make the token every time we add a new store to our platform, and every time there's more opportunities for people to network and connect their community, the token price will by definition go up because there'll be more back and forth. In the same way, once you get your tokens, since we are an Avalanche product, Avalanche has a credit card right now, a debit card, so you can actually off ramp your tokens into the Avalanche debit card and use it anywhere you want. I believe Avalanche also has a relationship with Stripe, so we're in talks so people can actually connect their bank accounts directly and turn their tokens into fiat right away as well. So what we're trying to do ultimately for token value is to make tokens more accessible to the Web2 community, because as we all know, since we live in this community, we're oftentimes talking to each other. We're not talking to a broader audience. Most people, and I say most, I'm talking probably 9 out of 10 people, couldn't even understand this conversation that we're having because they're just not in our community. But if they were to be a part of this community and they were to start using crypto and they were to start really interacting with utility tokens without themselves realizing it, the chances of them participating in other projects and getting more involved in crypto in general goes up dramatically. The example I always like to use is in 1997, nobody was sitting there asking, what's the TCP/IP protocol for pets.com? All they were asking was, wow, I can go on the internet and buy cat litter and it gets mailed to my house.
Today. Yeah,
that's what we ultimately see blockchain, Web3, and crypto projects becoming. The background. people will use it without even realizing they're using it, will purchase things with crypto without realizing they're using crypto. And all of that noise that prevents people from really interacting properly with crypto will be abstracted so that people can use stuff and not feel uncomfortable or overwhelmed or blown away by the tech, because that's not the most important thing. The obvious goal here is getting adoption, getting users, and getting people to interact with all of our projects without being uncomfortable with that.
Nice, very good. Yeah, definitely interesting that company A wants to accrue information or be able to reach out. They have to buy the My Standard
Damn, our
token that
markets
goes
are
out
red
of
today. Yeah,
circulation, and
yeah. I mean, gave the
obviously is a
levels. If
flywheel
you
effect.
listen to the
Very
stream, you'll
interesting
see
indeed.
the levels I've given. I mean, we've been
Okay,
talking about
so
2-3 days.
let's go to Cash and then BankPay. So Cash, same question to you, if you are there. Yeah, the floor is yours.
Yeah, I'm here. Yeah, basically, ours is simple. Obviously, we're a wallet, so we got to take our
It's just
cash
we're
token.
waiting for the 100, around the 110. Let's see what happens on the 110.
Escrow
It's
services, and also you need
it's
the
a
cash
bounce from
token
110
to
up,
pay
and
for
where we see the
the
top
special
of that
asset
is where it's
recovery
going to be
features,
important.
the time lock transfers, where you can
If we
set
get a lower high from the
transfer in the
previous high,
future,
then that
and
could
when the
be
time elapses, you'll send the
indication that this thing
transfer
can go
out.
down further to
We also got a
100,000.
dead man switch, which you need the cash token for. The dead man switch is like sort of like a time delay. So every time you're not in the wallet, say you set it for 6 months, a year, the dead man switch will be ticking in the background. So you'll have to log into the app, before the ticker the dead man switch goes. And then if you don't, then the funds in your wallet get transferred out to a beneficiary wallet. So yeah, that's our asset recovery feature. And also, we got staking platforms, so users who buy into the token could stake for, I think it's up to 20 APR. So yeah, that's about it.
Amazing. Using the token to incentivize people or unlocking key features of the app or of the to transfer and dead man switch, as you mentioned. It's kind of like similar what we heard from BankPay earlier as well. So that's a smart way to add utility to the token, I would say, for sure. Let's go then to BankPay.
Yeah. So you guys asked about our token utility?
Yes, the token utility, how does that kind of like the flywheel, if there's anything you want to add in terms of like holding the token and benefits, and how does that work towards the BankPay and the ecosystem?
Yeah, so to date, from just our revenue generated from the cards, we've bought in $68,000 for a token. Pretty much like just fees alone have doubled, tripled the market cap from where it was when we started this journey. And so, I mean, that's one way, right? You get a lot of that buy side pressure from our fees, from the revenue generated every time somebody uses a card or deposits on a card. And then second thing would be access. So there's certain tiers of cards, just to err on the side of caution. One of the biggest risks for a BIN issuer, especially one that's stacked as like we are to be non-KYC and privacy focused, one of the hardest challenges is understanding who's spending money on what card, right? So you want to avoid people that are potentially, going to harm people, potentially, for drugs or something bad or illicit markets and stuff. Obviously, we don't want to be caught with any of that money in our ecosystem. And so there's certain features we kind of want to safeguard and only give exclusively to people. One of those is cash withdrawals. Because of the way our in real life cards are set up, you can literally pull out $100,000 a day, go walk around to 50 ATMs and pull out as much cash as you want directly from crypto, almost instantaneously. So to
something weird about this project, I don't get it.
Widely available to everybody, we're going to require you to stake a certain amount of tokens. Tentatively, it looks like 500,000 tokens for our highest level card, and then either 5 million tokens, so half a percent, or it's going to go all the way down to 500K or 1 million tokens to get the lowest tier card. Then the everyday Amex virtual card will still be available for anybody that wants to use it. That's not going to change. But once we get the physical cards rolling, which have higher limits and more capability of pulling out cash and doing other special things with them, those are going to be safeguarded. You have to stake tokens in order to get them. And so one is access, the other rewards are basically just fees. And the flywheel system we have, the more fees that we generate, the more we'll buy back the token, the more the token gets basically exposure through the buybacks, then that means we'll generate more fees, which means we'll do more buybacks. So it's just like a self-fulfilling prophecy. And so those are the two real ways that we incorporate in. One's access, and then the other one's do buybacks. It's not to say one day, I mean, we could start using the fees for other things too, right? Like we can give them out for our referral system. We have a referral system coming out.
This guy 100% is a surfer.
So
100%.
The revenue generated, its real yield, and then to access certain tiers of cards, you're going to want token.
Very good, very good. I mean, yeah, 67K of buybacks on the chart accrued from fees already used, and you guys are just a couple months in. That I would say that's very impressive.
We're 35 days old, and then card system's been live for 30 days.
Very good.
Give us your opinion on the gaming narrative.
Okay, very good. I think the audience has gotten a very good overview about each and every project, what you guys stand for, and how the token works within the ecosystem. We are already 55 minutes into the space. Time flies. So what I want to do now, don't really like to giving too much questions and everything. I think everyone knows a little bit overview about the project. Maybe there are things that you want to add, but you couldn't say because of the I didn't ask the question about that. So what I want to do now is that I just want to go one last time through each and every project. You will get the floor 2 to 3 minutes, and you could basically just give your last takes, remarks, or if there's anything we missed, some partnerships, deals, whatever's coming, or some things you think the person down there listening should be aware of, or anything. You basically have the floor for some closing remarks, and we will kind of slowly but surely wrap it up from there. So that's how we're going to go about it. And I think we can start, we can do one meme, one utility. So closing remarks, 2 to 3 minutes. Give whatever you want to say, anything we didn't cover or you didn't cover so far. Let's go first with NDP from Brett. Go ahead.
Okay, I just wanted to say that Bread is not just a meme coin, but you can generate some revenue. So the thing that I did mention is the NFTs and the Launchpad that we're pretty proud of. So check that out. It's breadswap.org. And we have also staking. So you can stake your breads and for 1, 2, I think 3, 6, and 12 months. And as we are a multi-cycle coin, we're convinced that it's well worth it even to stake our breads for at least 12 months. So that's the thing. Honestly, that
that's a real question. Who
just
would
missed
stake
to
a meme
say.
coin?
Yeah, we're not just a meme coin, but you're just a bit more than that.
Why would you stake it?
All right, cool. Yeah, good. Very interesting. Staking and adding value over time and locking it up for 12 months. I would say that's a diamond-handed community that believes in what's coming for sure. So that's good.
Yeah.
Thanks for having me.
100%. 100%. Let's go to Cash. Cash, final remarks. Anything you want to add? The floor is yours.
Yeah, ours is pretty simple. We got our launch coming up next month or in October. So if everyone can stay tuned for that. We've partnered with Chiron Labs. They're one of the biggest market makers in crypto, providing over 200 billion in trading volume. So we're excited to have that kind of partnership. Yeah, so it's looking good for the next couple of months with our app coming out and also the token launch. So stay tuned.
Stay tuned indeed. October it is. Make sure to guys, make sure to follow all these projects as well and follow the founders so that you can get up to date with what's coming. So that's also something. So let's go to Fatcat. Fatcat, you have the mic.
All right. 4 simple things. Over 12 months old, never gone below $1 million. Secondly, we're not just a meme coin. We have 2 utilities. We have a Telegram bot designed and built by an ex-Chainlink dev, where every single profit goes back into the chart. We have an aggregator where every single profits and fees go back into the chart. And number 4, one of the biggest, wealthiest, most utilized chains, $1 billion chain, is looking to acquire our project. Those 4 things are very, very rare in any project, let alone one that started off as a meme coin. That is all I need to say. That's it.
Mic drop. Nice one. My guy came prepared. That's a good one. All right. Let's go. So let's go to BonkPay.
Yeah. You just wanted us to tell some like closing remarks.
If anything you missed, anything you wanted to add as
anything else I need to say, bro?
Cover already, or any final remarks you.
That's all I need to say. Well, what do you want? What do you want?
So yeah, a lot of people say they have bad workers.
Who's gonna follow that?
We have card spenders in our communities. People who just genuinely
who's gonna follow that?
Without being bothered.
Anyone?
Uncle Sam or the Fed.
Does anyone want to follow that?
We can bring up in the business. And so it's seriously, it's the cleanest way. You can tap a couple buttons.
Anyone, Brev. Anyone.
And I mean, a lot of people love it, and volume's taken up every single day. I highly encourage you guys, if you guys currently are looking for off-ramp solutions that are privacy focused, sustainable, long-term, and then somewhere where you can get absolutely peak customer service, will resolve any one of your issues within like 5 minutes or a day, just as fast as possible. Then yeah, you can make BonkPay your home. The cards start at $100, and then you can reload up to $100,000 a day. They hook up to your Apple Pay, Google Pay. Literally, we have over 50 customers that made real videos on their own that went out and spend money on their cards. They're taking their family out to dinners. They're paying bills. They're paying for Ubers, taxis, gas, all sorts of stuff. I mean, it's by far the best solution. And we have the same underwriters as the big boys. So AVAX has their own debit card. Theirs does require a hard KYC and declared income and source of funds. Ours will not. And although we go through the same vendor, just because the way that our
not even listening to the next guy. That's it.
Privacy focused as well.
What do you want?
And so it's still going to be like I think we have the most.
Are you not entertained?
The least amount of restrictions on the card with the most amount of anonymity. So.
And do you want to go over any of the partnerships we can add on to? Just the amount of scalability we have, like we can onboard a bunch of partners and have them buy coins.
So we're currently working with a layer one that does over $30 million in volume, I think like weekly. And so they're a pretty significantly valued Quai network and their Chi token. And we're basically just going to, we're going to be their white label solution. So like you're going to see a lot of other projects offering card solutions that are privacy focused like ours. That it's going to be powered by BonkPay, which just means more revenue, which means more BonkPack, more buybacks, more users. And, we're just in our infancy. We're just starting out. It's not like, we've been here or dinosaur for a while. If we were been here a year, we'd be 20x our size already.
More than that. Respectfully, I say would be more than that. But yeah, just the scalability and the amount of reach we could possibly have. Just what he just said, onboarding other people who just want to white label us. Every community, like Fartcoin, I would imagine at some point wouldn't mind white labeling us, or Popcat, Useless, all these monster coins or projects. I'm sure they wouldn't mind white labeling us and saying, hey, you're spending your Popcat card or something like that. So that's one thing I always focus on, is just the potential for scalability and reach.
It's the holes in the shirt.
Okay, nice, good overview. I think everyone has a very good grasp. I'm definitely going to use that. It's a hassle to transfer to Sex and then to my card, and then it's like every time you need to. So yeah, that looks like a very attractive solution for anyone, I would imagine.
It's the deep voice.
Hey, okay, so we have JS with
is it giving you a rumble in the jungle?
We're going to go to Captain B&B. So Josh, you have the floor.
Thanks. Yeah. So the data ownership economy is a $1.3 trillion economy. We all know that for the last 20 years, all these companies have been getting rich off of our information. So we believe that once we reach a certain point and get to a certain amount of users, and the FOMO that's associated with, being able to make money off of your data kicks in, we pretty much have a significant.
I want to ask a question to you guys.
We have about an 18-month head start on everybody else who's potentially entering the space.
Is it me? Is it only me?
The future is pretty bright for us. We have several companies that we're talking to that are in the process of going through due diligence to open data stores on our platform. We're going to get into curated content, long form content, take advantage of people's eyeballs and kind of start to bring them over to our universe, so that instead of giving that information away for free, they start to get paid on that. And I think once we get some adoption on that, we're in a really, really good spot. But the next 6 months looks very bright for us, considering all the companies that we're talking to. Some are very large, some are very small, but they all have really solid networks, and the network effect is what we're really selling here. And once people start to realize that they can do that and get access to all these other networks, it's going to be relatively easy to pick up more users, more clients, and make therefore the token price go up dramatically. We our model is based on the Chainlink model. We have 1 billion tokens, but we've only got 200 million in circulation. So we're keeping a very tight hold on that. So any activity around our token is going to make the thing explode.
Well said. Definitely a strong utility play to take a look at with my standards, huge partnerships, and definitely, as you said, 18-month head start for the data.
I feel like I should be
all right.
a
Last but
spokesman
not
for
least,
projects, because these guys are just.
Any final remarks? Anything you guys want to
If I knew nothing
summarize?
about Fatcat, I'd be listening to Thinking Bong, Brett, and Fatcat. I need.
Did you say me, GG's? I'm sorry.
Well, you, Captain BNB, I see Coco is here as well. If you guys
okay, yeah, I don't know if Coco wants to go. Coco, do you want to go?
I just got here, but I mean, I'll give it a good shill. All right.
Straight to the fire, Coco.
No, let me know. I got something.
I'm getting go for it, Mark. I'm getting called on my phone.
Yeah,
while I'm trying to chill. Like I'm literally getting called.
What's going on?
I got this. All right, so listen, I just want to make sure everybody
I just got
has
here.
the full scope of what's going on.
Are we doing space?
Over with Binance. I know a lot of people here have been head down focused on Solana. And no shade there. Solana's been doing an amazing job, but I don't want you guys to forget about the BNB ecosystem. Binance is the largest exchange in the world. It has the largest flywheel ecosystem right now. If you're thinking about any kind of flywheel mechanism, Binance, BNB chain, they have the largest. And if you're looking at big brands on a global perspective, just set aside Web3, just on a global perspective, big brands in general. Most normies know these big brands like Geico, your favorite sports team. Everyone knows them by the mascot of that brand. And what we're saying today is like, we're not here to say that we are 100% the mascot, but we are the closest thing to a mascot. And every day that we onboard more people and we show up on the chain and create content, we're seeing more and more support from the BNB ecosystem. Even though, when you think about it, they created the brand, they created the name. No one's just gonna automatically give you the keys to the to the Lambo. We have to go out there and work for it. And our community has been grinding for 6 months, and we continue to grind, continue to onboard, build amazing things. And we're going to 100% tap in to the 270 million plus people that are already in the Binance ecosystem. Everyone is on the road to 1 billion users. Binance is the closest brand out there to that number, and we're riding alongside them and helping them with that mission to onboard people, make memes fun on the chain. And I strongly encourage every single person in this space right now. I pinned it to the top. One of our community members posted the official X community for our meme coin, Captain BNB. Jump into the community. It's very easy. You don't have to go into the Telegram out the bat. Get to feel the vibes just there in the community. If you like what you see, jump into the Telegram. I know you guys are gonna like it even more. And then once you guys have hung out in the Telegram for a while, I know for a fact you guys eventually will grab a bag. Everyone buys Captain BNB at the price they deserve, and I hope you guys take it serious and give us an opportunity to show you what it is to be and build a cult-like community on chain.
Yeah, I second that. That was a great shill, by the way. And big shout out to all the projects that I actually followed a bunch of the projects up here. So it's pretty cool that you're doing this, Gigi. Yeah, like what I would just end it at is there's a lot of meme coins in the space, but there's very few decentralized movements, and that's what we are. We're a decentralized movement on the BNB chain, and we are probably one of the biggest marketing funnels they have for the normal people that really want to be onboarded easy into a chain. And I also think we've built like a family-like community, and we're super welcoming. I mean, you can look in the crowd and you can see how many Captain BNB boarders there are over there. And all this stuff is like money in the bank, right? Our 6 months of just going hard, spreading the word, building the brand, building the IP, just building this really cult-like community that doesn't give a shit about the price. We don't give a shit about anything. We just know that our job is to spread the message and get people out there. That's like money in the bank, right? Because it kind of goes back to like sales, right? Like a lot of times people have to see something like 5, 10, 20 times before they make a move and actually like it. But I tell you what, man, everybody's seen us, everybody's heard of us, and in my opinion, the fundamentals we have are some of the strongest in the game for a meme coin. 14,000 holders. We have a deflationary LP pool. Every time someone buys, 1% is automatically bought back and burned. So that means over 11% of the supply has been already taken out of circulation. Diehard community. We destroy every single post. Highest engagement rate on BNB chain. And we also build cool shit. We're full of builders. Like I've been building shit for 10 years, and we have shit like video games and swap bots and burn counters, all that shit. We literally have some of the best minds in the space that are part of our community too. So yeah, dig a little bit deeper, peel a couple layers back, and you'll see a very, very high quality decentralized movement that I think everyone should be a part of. Thanks for having me, bro.
Thanks for joining. All right, guys. This was it. That was it. One of the first spaces in a minute, getting these projects up. Used to do them on a regular basis last year. Was highly successful. Many founders got to talk and connect to each other. Many cross collaborations happened after these spaces.
If you want to get
almost 100 people throughout the space tuning in.
Phantom.
Many
I'll show you the in fact, if you're in the tube,
I would say that's very, very good in terms of a slow day, a slow and red day today.
It all sounds like
and definitely also where we are in the cycle. Appreciate every project that came along and tagged in and tuned in. I know there's many others that have requested, but this is not like a pop in and chill. I've actually personally reached out to all of these projects because I either know them, invested, or advise or help. So I just wanted them to get the chance to highlight their project. But I will definitely, most likely, just because of the nature of how successful this was and the good feedback, keep on doing them. So if there is, we're definitely going to have some of you back, if not every one of you, on a later time as well, with more hype and sentiment in the market. But I think this was a very successful one. So I appreciate everyone for tuning in. We've been going at it for a little over an hour. And make sure to follow each and every project. Make sure to follow each other, myself, and yeah, just keep crushing it, guys. So
hey, GG, just one more thing.
Yes,
just one more thing.
Go. Of course.
We have one tradition in Brett's community when we end a VC or a Spaces, okay. And that's that one. Have a good one.
Nice one. Have a good one, guys. Peace. Take care. Bye.
Bye. Take it. Okay. All right, guys. All right. Okay, cool. All right. Look, you know what? That was awesome. That was cool. Incredible situation. If this was in any other market, if the things were green, we would be going absolutely parabolic. But let's see what's going on. Let's have a final look at the Bitcoin. That was amazing, right? Why is this not working? And is it too late to find? No, it's not. It's not too late. It's not too late. But who was the host? That guy. I'll show you who that guy is, so you guys understand who that guy is. So you guys really know who that guy is. So you just have an understanding of what's happening, right? I'm gonna leave a bit of an understanding of what we're doing, what's happening, why everything is moving the way it is, and why we're doing what we're doing, right? Let me tell you who that guy is first. And then from there, you'll understand what I'm talking about, right? This guy is a GG's only, right? He runs GG Investments. He's the guy that brings in whale money into projects, right? And he was the one that brought in the whale money into Nero that went to $1 billion. So you guys understand, and various other one. Even with Captain BNB, he took it to $135 million. We're looking to onboard this guy as one of our patrons to the project. I will say this and I'll explain to you exactly what's going on. I was going to do an AMA. I'm going to start doing AMAs on the Fatcat channel so you guys can really understand what's going on. We've built the base. We have the strong base. We have the strong people. The whales are absolutely the most incredible people. You should applaud all of them because they are some of the most amazing, incredible, awesome people that you'll ever meet. Not only because of what they're doing, their belief in the project, but also just the type of people that they are, right? They're really cool people. Now that we've built that, we've built impressions on TikTok and Instagram. People know our project. We're building that up and growing and keep doing videos on that side. Crypto Twitter is where everything is. That is the launch point of every project that has gone to absolutely crazy numbers. We are now increasing our impressions there. You're seeing big creators start to notice our project. You're seeing it. It's there. It's happening. You're seeing the impressions, seeing the people liking, following, all those kind of things. All of this stuff is going on, right? And it's only a matter of time. Monster spreads like wildfire. See, we have one of the most bullish, impactful pieces of news that should have exploded this coin. But the only way you really get it is when you break through the noise. And the only way you break through the noise is by increasing impressions, by increasing what's going on, by increasing and getting the biggest players to start talking about your project. And that is what we're going to be doing. That's it. Gigi said the best play was Tech Doji to billions, made 100x. There we go. That's it. This is what I can do for the project. The rest is up to everyone else. That's all I can say to you. I'm doing and leaning on all of my my contacts, all of the people I know, all of the industry, the you know, the industry professionals that I know. All of that stuff is who I play with. The rest, it depends on the market, depends on what's going on, depends on what's going on. All right. All right. I hope that was a bit of fun. That was a bit interesting, right? I hope that was cool. You guys have been incredible. Let's see where this goes. Watch that $110,000 Bitcoin. See how that bounce goes. I'm expecting a bounce around those levels. I would be highly surprised. Possible wick down underneath the 110. But then the bounce, there will be a rally there. Where that rally ends, and I'm assuming it could most probably be around the 117, around that area. Where that rally ends is going to dictate what will happen in September. This is it. High impact news this week. We have the minutes. We have Jackson Hole, pucker your hole, right? That's what it's called. It's called pucker your hole because everyone's watching that. A lot of de-risking going on. A lot of things that are happening. People are worried that there's not going to be rate cuts. There's going to be inflationary problems. But all of this can turn on a dime. Be prepared. Look at the levels and don't be afraid. If you feel that it's the end, do what you need to do. But I don't feel it's the end because the end usually happens when everyone's sentiment is one direction. And as the beautiful band One Direction said, I don't know any of their songs. Anyway, take care. Bye-bye. I was going to try and end on a big note, but I don't know any of their songs. So I can NSYNC. Not NSYNC. Backstreet Boys. You are my Okay, good night. Bye.